Jordan has just unveiled major changes to its citizenship by investment program, making it one of the most dynamic and potentially appealing options in the Middle East for global investors. On July 2, 2025, the Jordanian government threw out its old three-category model, replacing it with an 8-pathway system that lowers investment thresholds, introduces retroactive eligibility, and caps approvals at 500 investors a year. These changes aren't just cosmetic. They're designed to attract a more diverse group of applicants while prioritizing economic contributions that create jobs and foster sustainable development within Jordan. Previously, Jordan's citizenship options were simple: buy $1 million in treasury bonds, acquire company shares, or invest $750,000 outside Amman. Now the program eliminates passive routes and puts clear focus on real economic impact, from supporting existing businesses and creating jobs to strategic investments in key sectors like pharmaceuticals and logistics. Investors can now gain citizenship by contributing as little as 350,000 Jordanian dinars, just under $500,000 into projects outside Amman. On the other end, those targeting specialized sectors need to commit up to 3 million dinars. One of the most intriguing updates is the stock market investment route. Here, applicants can obtain citizenship by investing 1 million dinars in publicly traded shares, with a 3-year lockup for both profits and principal, and a cap limiting your concentration to 20% in any single company. While the Amman Stock Exchange nearly doubled its value over the last 5 years, suggesting annual returns of around 12% using the rule of 72, investors should be aware that these figures don't account for dividends, currency movements, or the lower liquidity typical of frontier markets. Combined with a strict lockup period, these factors introduce very real risks, especially during any bouts of volatility. A completely new pathway focuses on employment creation. Applicants are now eligible for citizenship by employing 150 Jordanians in Amman or 100 outside the capital, regardless of any specific investment amount. This approach directly targets unemployment, but experts do have concerns about long-term job sustainability, as there currently aren't stringent enforcement provisions to prevent mass layoffs after citizenship approval. Still, this model puts the emphasis squarely on creating jobs, rather than just introducing fresh capital. Where Jordan's reforms really stand out is with retroactive eligibility. For the first time, existing investors currently operating businesses and employing local workers can now apply for citizenship based on their established contributions, rather than new investment alone. This policy could unlock eligibility for thousands of foreign entrepreneurs, especially those who have built significant operations since 2018, a period during which just 561 citizenships were granted, mostly to Syrian and Iraqi nationals. In parallel to these citizenship reforms, Jordan also rolled out a residency by investment program, providing 5-year residency permits for property purchases worth 200,000 dinars. However, property must be bought from developers, not existing owners, which could inflate prices and limit resale opportunities, a pitfall that's hampered similar programs in countries like St. Kitts and Nevis in the past. When other nations relaxed these restrictions to permit resales, applications soared. Unless Jordan tweaks its approach, it may find investor appetite is limited by the lack of flexibility. Why would investors consider Jordan's program over others? One major draw is the country's territorial tax system. Income generated outside Jordan isn't taxed, offering significant advantages for international entrepreneurs and those with global businesses. Within Jordan, income taxes can climb as high as 30%, but as long as your main income comes from abroad, your tax burden in the kingdom is effectively zero. In contrast to countries that tax their citizens' worldwide income, Jordan's system offers a clear benefit for global-minded investors and business owners. Where the program does fall short is travel freedom. Jordanian citizenship grants access to only 66 visa-free or visa-on-arrival destinations, which is significantly lower than most European and Caribbean citizenship by investment alternatives. Since its launch in 2018, the Jordanian program has averaged fewer than 100 approved applications a year, largely due to these mobility limitations. Investors seeking expanded global travel are likely to prioritize EU or Caribbean citizenships, but Jordan's offering continues to appeal to those focused on regional stability. Oversight is another area that's been strengthened. The Revamped program mandates multi-agency compliance checks and includes the ability to revoke citizenship for violations. All pathways now require security clearance and financial audits up front. Another family-friendly change allows investors to include male children up to the age of 30 on larger investments, up from the old ceiling of 24, making it more appealing to those seeking long-term family security. The government's annual approval ceiling of 500 applicants shows confidence in the program's new options, retroactive rules, and expanded eligibility, even though past numbers have been much lower. Ongoing 6-month reviews will let Jordan fine-tune the program in response to demand, frustrations, and opportunities alike. As with any citizenship by investment decision, it's crucial to weigh the tax and business opportunities against restrictions on global mobility, lock-in risk in volatile investment sectors, and property resale limitations. The program continues to evolve, and regulatory reviews every 6 months mean investor feedback could drive even more improvements in the near future. If you want to reduce your taxes to single digits, make your assets impossible for anyone to touch, and gain more freedom with second citizenships, get in touch with Liberty Mundo and book a consultation call. We will help you develop a complete blueprint to organize your life to safeguard your wealth and your freedom. Follow the link in the description for more details. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.